Okay. In today's video, we will talk about a topic that has caught my attention for a long time and has sparked widespread controversy in social media recently with its strange predictions of events that often happen. It's Snorlax from What Happened channel. Let's get started. The news that we're going to talk about today is going to be about a famous series, which you all must know even if you're not watching it. The Simpsons series. Honestly, I love this series, but not too much. Okay, as I was browsing the internet during these past days, I found a topic about it. Very weird and interesting too. The Simpsons predictions for 2020. Now, if you come back for the past 5 or 6 years, you will find that the topic of the predictions of this series was on the headline. For example, their prediction about that Donald Trump will become a president of the United States, and this is what actually happened. Not only that, but they predicted events and things to be done and have already happened. Well, they didn't stop at this point, but also there are many things that we cannot fully mention in this video, but we will remind you dear ones of some of them. For example, they have predicted the events of the World Cup and also what happens in the 11th of September 2001. People were surprised by the way of how this series can predict events and how it really happened, so their audience were divided into 3 categories. The first one believes that the series use magic. The second one believes that the Simpsons series exposes the great conspiracies in indirected ways. As for the last category, there are only those who are just watching the events and what will happen. But with the passage of years, some have become very exaggerated about this. For example, if they saw someone drinking water, they will say, "Oh my god, the series has photoed this, wow." Man, shut your... Okay, I'm sorry. But hey, for real, that's what made many people forget about the topic and leave it behind. But the surprise was that after a few years, and specifically 2020, the same topic came back to the forefront and started talking about their predictions again and publishing photos of scenes from the series. Okay, let's give an example. This photo shows us some Chinese workers leaking a dangerous virus to America. And this image belongs to an episode of the Simpsons series presented in 1993, and people linked it to what we are living in now, that is, the spread of coronavirus that leaked from China. Okay, this is an addition to their prophecy of the death of legendary basketball player Kobe Bryant. After the death of Kobe and his daughter, a scene of this series spread like lightning speed, showing an event of a helicopter that Kobe was on board. And although Kobe Bryant did not die in that scene, however, those scenes are more than enough to mark a question about the accidents and their prophecies. Area 51. After NASA confirmed their vision of an unknown model or flying ship, tens of thousands of people planned on social media and made the decision to carry out a raid on Area 51. And this is what the Simpsons series had predicted many times. The strange thing is their prophecy for Apple brand and the development of phones to smartphones. In one of the episodes, we saw one of them working on a sophisticated touchscreen phone, and this was presented in 1994. Then we are surprised by their prediction of smartwatches in the Whisper episode of the 6th season that was presented in 1995. And then they moved on by predicting the famous coffin dance. Who doesn't know it now? Okay, I offended this song, I'm sorry. To return to our topic, the theory says that the Simpsons had foretold that this dance will be famous in 2020, and that's what really happened. Strange, isn't it? Today, America is still witnessing protests against racism, with the proliferation of deliberate killings by the police against African Americans. Any black man becomes suspicious to them. In other words, he can be killed at any moment. People have not been able to withstand or endure this racism, so all of them took to the streets, condemning the settlements and putting an end to this racism. However, there is a group of them who took to the streets with a great anger. They started vandalizing and stealing shops, for example the Apple Store and Mercedes cars. Also burning them to many police stations, as we see in the picture. And other people who went to the White House for an unknown purpose. Is it to attack him or to protest in front of him and deliver their voice to Trump inside the White House? Well, I don't really know. But the surprise was that Trump hid underground and the White House lights went out for the second time in history after 100 years. Now I know that you're wondering what the series has to do with this. Let me give you a theory that the Simpsons series has predicted what is happening now in America, at the same time foretelling that the White House lights will be extinguished by the demonstrations, and indeed, this has happened. Okay, I'm going to show you some prophecies that haven't yet happened. Trump's death. This series has shown us what will happen after the end of these demonstrations, which is the death of the President Trump after the collapse of the American economy of the United States, and this is what really happened. We still do not yet know whether they mean really his death or just the end of his presidency. A woman take over America after Trump, says new President Lisa Simpson. As you know, President Trump has caused a big budget cap and says she would have taken over before him if he had not deceived the results. This scene from the episode Back to the Future in 2000s, and since Trump has a woman rivalry, this is likely to happen. Environmental disaster. According to one of the episodes, greedy companies will cause an environment disaster and a dam will be created to protect from the polluted area. Thank you for watching this video. Do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. See you soon. Peace!